What up, Screen Fiends? I'm GB, and you're tuned in to Headz TV, where we like to discuss all the wonderful things appearing on your movie and your TV screens. In this episode, we're going to have a quick little discussion about Split and Unbreakable, two movies by M. Night. I don't know if I'm ever saying this right. Shyamalan, M. Night, that's how you know him. So we're going to discuss the connections between the two movies. Heavy spoilers. I'm going to spoil the shit out of Unbreakable and Split. So if you haven't seen either of those movies, definitely get on that. I just posted a spoiler-free review on Split. So go check that out. Then go check out Unbreakable. Then go check out Split. And then come back and check this video out where we're going to talk about how they connect and where I can possibly see the next movie going. Okay, so Unbreakable is about a guy who has a tragic accident, and as a result of that tragic accident, he realizes that he has a power. He has the power of being unbreakable, meaning nothing can harm him. Not only is he unbreakable, but he's also hella strong. That movie plays out like a dark, gritty, realistic superhero movie. And that's the best way I can say it. Sam Jackson, who is the villain of that movie, is fantastic. And Bruce Willis, who is the hero, is equally good. So the basic crux of that movie is Sam Jackson, who was born a broken man. He was born Mr. Glass, where he's super fragile. He gets hurt very easy, breaks bones, whatever, extremely easy his whole life. So he was born a broken, tortured man and grew up broken and tortured by the fact that he was Mr. Glass. And he spends his adulthood seeking out his opposite. He feels like there must be more to him than just being broken. There's got to be a reason why he's alive. And that reason is to seek out his opposite and then, I guess, do battle with him via comic books, which Sam Jackson loved and used to cope when he was a child. Sam Jackson's character, not the actor of Sam Jackson. Okay. And that's basically where Unbreakable is. Okay? Oh, in order to flush out who had these superpowers, Mr. Glass did these acts of terrorism. He caused a plane crash, and I think 2 train accidents, something like that. Definitely 1 train accident, definitely 1 plane crash, and I believe there was something else he did that was, sabotaging. Oh, I think he blew up a building or set fire to some building. So 3 acts of terrorism to find this one man, and in the last one, which was the train accident, he finds that guy and decides he's going to go toe-to-toe or head-to-toe in this matter, versus Bruce Willis's character. Now, that brings us to Split, which takes place 15 years later from Unbreakable. We don't find that out till the very end of Split when we actually learn that it's in the same universe and that it's in a way a continuation of Unbreakable. But it takes place 15 years later. And we have a character who lost his father when he was a child to a train accident, wink, wink, and grew up with an abusive mother who I believe we actually get a glimpse of in Unbreakable, because there's this point in the movie after the train accident where there's some kid walking away from his mother. The kid, he looks, I guess, to be about 10, 12, 13 years old. And the kid's walking away from his mother. The mother, I think, grabs his arm and starts yelling at him and yanks him or something like that. Something like that happens. And I believe that that's Kevin and his mom. So as a result of his father dying in a train accident caused by Mr. Glass, so Mr. Glass not only figured out who Bruce Willis was, but he created a supervillain in Kevin Crumb. So because of that train accident and growing up with an abusive mother, Kevin gets all of these other personalities. Now, the psychologist in the movie, through a lot of exposition, but if you pay attention, you get it. She explains what's going on with Kevin. That because of he was broken again, that's right, unbreakable, Mr. Glass, Kevin, all part of the same. Some are unbreakable, some are super broken, right? So because Kevin becomes broken, he creates, his brain finds a way for him to survive. And that's coming up with multiple personalities, which ultimately leads to the Horde, the Beast, I mean, who is also unbreakable. So out of Mr. Glass trying to flush out his opposite, his hero, to go against the villain that it was him, creates a super villain who will later go on to fight David Dunn. Absolutely amazing. Mind blown. When you rewatch them back to back and you pick up the subtleties that it's not just in the same universe. It's not one movie's a hero origin, the other movie's a villain origin. The whole thing, both movies put together, is one origin story. Mr. Glass puts all of this in motion, creates our hero, maybe not creates him, but brings him to the open, lets the hero know that he's a hero. And in the same act, creates a supervillain who at the time isn't a supervillain, but grows to become the Horde. This one person who's housing all of these different identities. Some of them are crazy, and one of them is an unbreakable beast. Amazing. So that's how the two movies really connect. Okay? Mr. Glass, who's the main supervillain of it all, call him the Lex Luthor. Okay? Brings the hero out into the open to battle against, which is David Dunn, the Superman. And in doing all of that, another supervillain who's more of a physical threat to David Dunn is created unintentionally. Not really similar to Metallo because he's created intentionally, but very similar. So you look at that storyline of Superman with Lex, Metallo, and Soup, and it's a very similar story. I'm not saying it's a copy or anything, but just look at the way it's broken down. I can't wait to see how this plays out in part 3 when we have the Horde going up against Unbreakable. David Dunn. Can't wait for that. So excited. So, originally, M. Night Shyamalan said that Kevin Crumb, the Horde, was actually written in to Unbreakable. But it was too much going on in that movie, and he wanted to simplify it and make it about the duality between broken and unbreakable, and not throw this third character in who could possibly complicate the story, and decided to eliminate Kevin Crumb from the film and make it about these two characters, Unbreakable and Mr. Glass. Now, I find it interesting that when he comes back to the story years later, he takes elements from Unbreakable and puts them into Kevin Crumb's origin. I'm telling you, if you think this is far-fetched or you're not buying what I'm saying, watch those two movies back to back with this video in mind, and I guarantee you by the end of Split, you'll be going, wow, G was on to something, because these two movies play out like they could be one single movie. Now, I'm not going to get into where I see the franchise going because I think that's going to make this video too long, and I'll probably do another video on where I can see the next movie going to play this out. But tell me what you guys think. Do you agree with me that the Split, the Unbreakable connection is this strong? Or do you think it's just a simple matter of they're in the same universe and I'm looking too far into the connective tissue and kind of making my own stuff up? To me, the evidence is there if you go watch the two movies back to back with this in mind. If you haven't seen those, like I said, get on it. Unbreakable, Split, two very good films, and some of M. Night's best work, guaranteed. If you're a superhero fan, you'll love it. Because neither one feels like a superhero movie. Neither movie feels like a movie that has anything to do with superheroes until you get to the very end of them and realize that it really is about real-life superheroes and how that would play out like a thriller or a horror or a suspense. 100%. And that's what both of those movies are. Unbreakable, Split, they're both thrillers. There's some action. They're both suspenseful. And it's pretty amazing to think that those genres are in actuality bringing you the origin of superheroes. All right, that's it for this video. Sound off down below. Let me know what you think. And, yep, that's it for this video, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.